George Walker Bush, America's 43rd president, has played a significant role in all of our lives. Although his reign as president is over, the effects of his presidency are still felt today. Bush was elected as our president in the year 2000, beating out competitor Vice President Al Gore in a very controversial ballot count. 8 months after his election into office, America was devastated by a series of terrorist attacks. September 11th, 2001, our country suffered attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and Flight 93, which was taken over by terrorists but crashed before it could reach its terminal destination thanks to the brave patriots aboard. It was after these attacks that Bush announced his war on terror. This war included an invasion of Afghanistan, then 3 years later into Iraq. The war has carried on into today and affects us significantly as our loved ones are continuously carried and being sent to the Middle East to fight for the freedom we so desperately need. Although Bush is no longer in office, the weight of his decisions to go to war is a significant part of our everyday lives. Along with his decisions to go to war, in his first term as president, Bush started the No Child Left Behind Act, the Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act, and the Patriot Act, among others, in an attempt to be more involved in the interests of American citizens. Bush was re-elected for a second term in 2004 when he beat out Senator John Kerry. In this second term, we saw Bush take on issues like immigration, Social Security, and most memorably, his response to the Hurricane Katrina, who many still feel was less than effective. Katrina devastated the lives of hundreds of thousands of American citizens. Many lost automobiles, homes, and loved ones in this tragic natural disaster. And as President Bush's popularity among Americans declined immensely, the predominantly African American population of New Orleans, Louisiana, felt neglected by their president. And, as rapper Kanye West so eloquently put it during his live television fundraiser for Katrina victims, George Bush hates Black people. With his declining popularity and the nation entering what we now know to be the largest and longest recession since World War II, the Bush administration set up several programs in an attempt to improve our dwindling economy. Unfortunately, none of them worked, and we are still feeling the significant dent in our spirits and in our bank accounts due to the state of the economy. George W. Bush's presidential reign was significant not only to those who lived through it, but to everyone then and now. President Barack Obama, our current president, is now left putting the pieces back together that Bush so desperately tried to put together himself.